She's a little shy, so be nice and give her a hand when she comes out.
Oh, my wallet!
It's finally here. The Hammond Collection Stegosaurus. Now, JK, HC Spino was finally revealed today. Now, as far as first impressions go, I will say I do like the Stegosaurus specifically. It looks very similar to the Lost World Stegosaurus, which, you know, it should because it's a Lost World Stegosaurus figure. But overall, I think the accuracy and paint looks much closer to the animal than any other Hammond Collection released thus far. Unfortunately including the Spinosaurus, which I think is the main draw of this video and also the Beyond the Gates reveal itself. Now, the Spinosaurus is something we've been asking for a very long time, and honestly, I'm kind of disappointed by how... Whoa, before you get angry, please hear me out. Let me explain my reasoning first. Taking a closer look at the Hammond Collection Spinosaurus, its sculpt seems a little cartoony compared to the actual film design. For one, it looks as if the eyeball is a little bit too large and the expression is a little cartoony. The lower jaw also seems a little bit off in terms of shape. In the film, it rounds off sort of in a more triangular shape, compared to the toy, which has like a weird rounded off shape. Now, this is a trend in other Hammond Collection figures, like, well, the Giga and a few others. However, that is not the main issue. The real problems lie in the proportions and paint. Starting with the paint, it looks as if the stripes themselves have been applied rather flat. In the actual film, you can clearly see that they kind of fade out, but on the figure, they look super flat and just kind of hard on the figure, which looks almost uncanny, because, well, the colors are accurate, it's just they're not faded properly. Another issue is the red paint is way too cherry red. It looks like a candied Spinosaurus rather than an actual Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaur. The animal in the film has a more maroonish color, which is weird because they accomplished that maroon color pretty well in some other figures, so I'm not too sure why they couldn't do it on this one. Another thing is the tail paint completely ruins the figure's appearance to me. Something about the way that the red and the white and the brown are all applied just looks off, especially compared to the film design. Other than that, I feel like the sail is a little large and the body is kind of lacking in shape. Looks similar to the Mattel Chomping Rexes from previous years, where it's missing the entire chest for the arms, so it just looks like a pear almost. I will say I am a little bit worried about the articulation on the Spinosaurus, specifically on the neck. It looks as if it has almost no range. Let's just hope the neck range isn't too bad, because if it is, then that can be figure ruining. Some other details I noticed is, unfortunately, it looks like the Spino reuses the T-Rex's tongue sculpt, but I could be wrong on this, so correct me in the comments if you guys noticed that it's different. Another thing is that the boxes seem to be open. They don't have the same closed box concept that the old releases have, where they have a clear plastic window covering the door. On these releases, it seems as if that's missing, which leaves an open hole. This is kind of worrying because I feel like people could go in and harm the figures if they truly wanted to. Overall, Spino looks pretty mid, and I'm really disappointed in how it turned out. And before you guys complain in the comments about me nitpicking everything, please know that it is very important to complain when we need to complain. If something's wrong, it's up to us, the fans, to point it out. Because if we don't, then these companies will keep making bad figures. And that's how we get bad products like, well, other Hammond Collection releases and, you know, the Hasbro 2015 line. If we remain complacent, nothing will get done. So before you get angry and start typing your evil comments, just know that I am one of you, I am on your side, and all I want is what's best for the franchise. Complaining actually leads to very good figures being produced, an example of which being, well, the Stegosaurus. My nice little segue, if you couldn't tell. The Stegosaurus looks almost like one of the best Mattel releases we've seen yet. Not only is the sculpt accurate, but the paint is fairly close too. There's only a few issues I can list off. For one, the glass eyes are a consistent annoyance, much like in every other Hammond Collection release. But I will say the lack of jaw articulation is actually pretty nice. The jaw articulation on previous Hammond Collection figures detracts from the sculpt severely, especially on things like the Pachycephalosaurus and the Parasaurolophus. However, on this figure, the head sculpt is fairly accurate and thin, just like it should be. And honestly, I'd rather them not do any jaw articulation than do a jaw articulation, but it ruins the sculpt. Because I'd rather have accuracy over articulation. And it's about time Mattel finally learned that lesson after the many other figures where they didn't. The only other notable gripes I have is that the Thagomizer paint is kind of lacking. I feel as if it should have been closer to the Hammond Collection Triceratops, where it has a dark wash to it, which makes the details pop and it looks more realistic overall. Other than that, the Stegosaurus is fairly spot on. It even looks about the right size. Another detail I noticed about it is that it has nail paint. That is really commendable for Mattel because, well, they never paint the nails on herbivores. Overall, I'm fairly excited for these two releases, and I will definitely be picking both up, but I think Spinosaurus I'll be waiting on clearance for at least. It's unfortunate that a figure I've been waiting for so long turned out so mid, but I mean, whatever, it's Mattel. They've never been too good with releases anyway. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of these figures in the comments below. Also, let me know if you want me to make more videos with my voice. This is the first time I've really done it, and I'm kind of trying to branch out into using it. I'm thinking about maybe doing reviews, and also from now on doing my analysis videos like this one. So if you want to see that, comment down below. Also,